Good evening and welcome to Red Arrows Racing League. I'm your host and commentator. My name is James, and welcome to Season 6, Round 3. We're in Jeddah. Sorry for a slight delay in me joining, we're already in the session. And by a few seconds though, so we'll see who gets their setup on first and who gets out of the garage. Got a few things to run over here, so glad it's a full quality and a feature race rather than one of our sprint weeks. It's the Jeddah Corniche circuit in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We have a car leaving the garage. Just 13 sessions now. I thought it was be 14 racing, so I don't know who we're missing. It's QHID is the first car on the circuit. Let me just make sure the stream is working before I go any further. So we'll stick on QHID for the time being. Just make sure everyone... Yep, got that, so we're good. So let's put the link in the chat. Just so if any drivers want to listen along, they can. So, and there we go. And we are ready to go. So, just before QHID goes for his lap, we'll go over the circuit a little bit. So, it's a bit of a street circuit, this. You can see the walls everywhere. Super easy to find one of them, which I believe someone has. It looks like one. It's the boss out already. The boss has found the wall. So as QHID now rounds the last corner to start his lap. There are 27 corners around this circuit, the most of any in F1. He's going into the box here, so is there something I don't know about here? Let's have a look in the chat for anything I don't know about. No, I can't see anything that would suggest anything's up. So let's have a look, see what we've got. So we're on board with Kyle here. Fresh off his... the boss has always got a quality ban, that's why it happened. Okay, that's fine. So we're on board with Kyle. Fresh off his stunning debut with the feature race win. What has he got in his locker around here? It's looking super smooth. As I was saying, 27 corners around this circuit, the most of any on the calendar. It's also the second fastest circuit by average speed, second only to Monza. It's also the second longest circuit, second behind Belgium. 27 corners as I mentioned, 16 to the left, 11 to the right. And there are 3 DRS zones, of which car is now in the second. As soon as you come out of this final corner, you get the DRS hit again. There it is. So he approaches the line now. Bish goes pole. Kyle takes a second off it. Bish, our current championship leader. It's, as it stands, it's Bish from Striker from Kyle. As you can see, Bish in the Red Bull, Striker's in the Aston, and Kyle's in the Mercedes. The Constructors' Championship is also a Red Bull Aston Mercedes 1, 2, 3. So both championships feature a Red Bull in P1, an Aston in P2, and a Mercedes in P3. Just 13 in tonight. I don't know who is the one we're missing. I believe it's the other McLaren, which was set to be a debutant. I've had a bit of a mix up with, or a bit of a change with the lineups. So I'll just run you through the allocations. Actually, I'll tell you a lie, it is not the McLaren that's missing it. I'll go for the check and see who have not got. Both Red Bulls are here. Alpha's here. The Alpha Towers are both, yep. Aston Martin, we're expecting 2, and there is 2. It's the Williams of Horatio we're missing at the moment. So let's go take you through the lineups while we've got an opportunity. We'll go on to Calgon while he's lap. So the Red Bulls are Butler and Bish. The Ferraris are RMS, who's missing tonight alongside Matt, who is Reggie on this thing here. Aston Martin is Super Striker and Super Calgon. The Williams is Ant, who is not here tonight, alongside Horatio, who is also not here. The Alfa Romeo should be EP and the Boss. The Haas is Lewis the Beaker and QHID. The Mercedes is Bennett and Kyle. The McLaren is Casper and Tyler John, but he's not here tonight. And the AlphaTauri is Always Grinding. And our new debutant here, Official JE. I'll have a look at. Oh, well, actually, because it's not on a lap. It's currently in P6. We'll go to Always Grinding because it looks like it's starting a lap. No, so it's finishing a lap. Battery, yep. So there is a 128. We'll go to Mark Bowe. I believe it's his debut here in Red Arrows. In as reserve tonight. We know him as a very, very quick racer from other leagues. But what impression can he leave on this league tonight? I believe this is one of his better circuits as well. Someone who is capable of being super quick in the Alpine tonight. And we'll have a look at this section here, because this is the bit that always catches me out. You come round here, there's a right-hander now, and it always snaps on me here, and you miss this corner, or catch the track limits around that bit there. But not a problem for a guy like Mark, he's got this. Official J has left the session, I'm not sure what's happened there. But Bowe is all over it. It's looking like a decent lap. It's looking smooth. He comes up to the first DRS zone now. Just a constant assault of corners, this circuit. But he's handling it well. There's a Mercedes in front of us, hopefully he gets out of the way. And he does. Ooh, just about. Ooh. Second DRS zone now. Around the final and 27th turn. Get the DRS back open and to the line. And what does that do? That puts him on a 1:27.7. Good lap. Good enough for P2 at the moment. Kyle is absolutely dominating here. On a 1:27.0. Bish now back out on our lap. That's where he's patching it on, so he's probably not on a lap. Unless he's just forgotten to turn it back on. Nope, it looks like he's doing perhaps a double warm up. We'll go on with our debutant Red G. We'll see what he can do. Got a few yellow flags about, hopefully that's nothing too bad. So we've only ever raced once around here in this league on the day and did a double. Picked up the sprint and feature race win. There was Naz Youssef in P2 that day and Super Striker in P3. Let's see if Super Striker can improve on that today. Currently P2 in the championship, all to play for. I can reveal that there is one wild card in play tonight. I cannot reveal who it is until we all cross the line tonight, but I'll give you that much at least. I'll let you know at the conclusion of the race. So Red G crossed the line there at 1:29.0, goes P8. We'll go back on board with Lewis here. He's someone who's had some very good pace. Oh, he's gone wide there though. Comtech put the curse on him. He's going to recover that back up. I'm not sure he's got the fuel to go again. Doesn't look like he has. So he might have come back in. We'll see what Bish's gone up to. He should be on a lap now. Let's see what he's got. Again, someone who's very, very quick. He's proven to have pace towards the tail end of last season and at the beginning of this one. He's in the box now though, so we'll go back to Super Striker. Lewis playing down his chances tonight. Ooh, Striker off the road there. Okay, always grind him. Always grind. Getting into the second sector now. Oh, sorry, it's already in there. It's before the corner rather than after it. The sector line. Into DRS zone. Mercedes again showing good awareness to get out of the way. So always grinding around the last corner, back on the DRS and come up to the line. He does improve up to 28.2, puts in P6. So only Lewis and QHID yet to set laps. Just a heads up, we will have to retire from this session in order to set penalties if there are any. If there's any of the bosses quality banned, they won't got to worry about anything else. And we can just go racing, but if there are any other penalties to apply, we'll have to do our usual chaotic crash start and then go again. We don't retire, okay, that's fine. So it must be the boss's penalty is the only one to apply. Because he's put himself out of the session, we're all good. That should be fine, that makes life a lot easier. Is that Carl on a lap? Carl not content with his 27.0, he's going to go again. It's a slightly quicker 27.0. It's got the pole at the moment by 0.7 of a second. Everyone should now be coming up for their last attempt at a lap. We're on with Butler at the moment. He's currently ahead of his teammate. So Butler on an outlap. I'll just update my records from last week. So to remind you, it was Bish that took the sprint. And then, as I said, it was Kyle who took the P1. So yeah, Kyle P1 from Ant P2 and Bish P3. So here we go, Butler on his lap. Just a few seconds left in the session. As I mentioned, it was so Kyle became our 19th unique winner in the league just last week. And our 36th unique podium still. But looking up to the line now, what has he got? He was on a 27.8. He goes faster on a 27.5, good enough for P2. So we'll go to Bo now, see if Bo got a reply for that. Oh, big snap there. But he's still up on his lap time though, so he's got a bit of time to play with. Striker doesn't lose on much of a lap. Bish has gone quicker, but only as far as 27.4, so it's still in Kyle's hands as we speak. So we're on with Bo. He was on a 27.7. Let's see if he can improve. Bo goes 27.5. It's a better lap, but it's not improved his position. So always grinding on a lap. He's into the final sector. Cap has improved his position up to P8. It's a very difficult circuit there, so quali is at best half the story. Always grinding does improve up to P7. So that should be that for quali. So Kyle takes a provisional pole from Bish, from Butler, Bo in P4, Striker P5, Lewis in P6, Always Grinding P7, Casper P8, then Super Calgon, Red G, official JE and QHID, and then the boss in P13. So as we get ready to go racing, so it's my understanding that we shouldn't have the DNF this time. We should be going straight in, if the information I've been told is correct. We'll just wait for the session to start. Just bear with us. Here we go, no formation lap for the time being because there's a glitch with it. So we're straight into the race, 5 lights. And we're going Saudi Arabia. We're going to go on board with Bish in P2 here, see what kind of run he gets on Kyle. Kyle managed to maintain the lead at the moment, looks relatively clean so far, possibly an issue with the Aston. But no, some light contact at best, but looks of it, it looks all smooth. So far so good. Let's get the extra settings on, let's see what strategy everyone's gone with. I don't normally do this during information lap obviously, but we haven't got that at the moment. So J up 3 places already, the boss up 4. So it's a mix of the soft and the medium tyres. I just get my tail on tyre wear up before we get into anything else. So around Jeddah, it's a 25 lap race this. The softs go 12 laps, the mediums go 17, and the hard will go 19. So soft 12, medium 17, hard 19. Ordinarily, I'd say it's the sort of race we expect in safety cars, but with only 13 races, I'm not sure if you're going to get any wheel-to-wheel action. Or too much, I should say. Just as I said, the Red Bulls getting close to each other. Bish and Butler. This would be great for their constructors campaign if they can stay here. Here's Butler looking down the inside. He thinks better of it. We'll go on board with the boss. We'll track his progress up the field because he's been super quick so far in the 2 races we've had. He's had to start from the back tonight, so he's got all the work to do. So we'll just track his progress. He's behind Jay at the moment on his debut, and a bit wide there from him. Supercargo might be able to seize on that. Not able to at the moment though. We've got Butler dropped down a P7 there, I didn't see what happened there. Butler possibly made a mistake all the way down in P7. The boss still all over Jay, he made a mistake, he's off. That allows Calgon through, and so does Casper get through as well. Calgon's now passed. Official JE and Casper looking to make the same move. Oh, is it the water out? Huge collision. It's a huge crash. That's got to bring out a safety car, surely. It's only a virtual though. JE and Casper both out there. A huge incident. Not quite sure who was at fault. I've got a safety car on my screen now, the yellow dot's there. So it's a full safety car, despite my display saying a virtual. You'd have thought 2.0 to box and on the hard tyre, on the medium tyre, sorry. Do the soft tyres take a punt? Got the boss in, that might be from damage from his excursion with Official J is himself. It looks like he's got a few people out there because yeah, he's had the big smash with Casper there. Casper saying Jay was glitched on his screen, so I might explain it. So it's QHID and the boss in. The boss goes to the hard tyre. It'll get a long way. I'm not sure we'll get all the way of the race though. We'll have to see how it unfolds. My guidance says 19 laps. However, with 3 laps in, we're under safety car at the moment. So realistically, it's going to be like lap 5 before we start going. So maybe eke them out, or maybe you just keep these on so you can go for a soft tyre stint at the end of the race. But it's still Kyle in front for the time being from Bish, from Bo in P3, Striker in P4, Lewis in P5, Always Grind in P6, Butler in P7, Calder in P8, Red G in P9, and then the boss and QHID of taking pit stops. So Lewis here in P5 was playing down his chances earlier, but on a track like this where the walls are so close, survival is half the game. Just surviving might be good enough to pick up some big points. Around the final corner they come now to start lap 4. So I believe it's going to be lap 4 and 5 we're going to spend on the safety car. And we'll get going again at the end of lap 5, start of lap 6. I'm just going to cut to the championship standings while I'm here. Let's have a look. I know it's Bish from Striker from Kyle, I think it is, in P3. Or we'll just check out the points difference. So it's Bish on 41, from Striker on 37, and Kyle on 31. So it's 10 points separate the top 3 in the championship. Bish currently just behind Kyle, so as it stands he'll drop 7 points to him. So as it stands, Kyle will be, I think it's 4 points off the top spot. So the top 3 in the championship, all within the top 4 here. We've got Mark, as they make his debut tonight. Lewis in P5, P9 in the championship, but that's an anomaly surely. I think that's going to change as the season goes on. He missed week 1, then had a solid race last week, so he's going to fly up the order, I'm sure he will. A chance for Always Grinding to pick up some big points tonight. Also to go in this lap, that's a nice little surprise. It's in nice and early. expecting that to be at least one more full lap. But I'm not going to complain about it coming in early. So we'll go to Bish, because we'll see how Kyle decides to lead us away. Does he try and surprise us and go away early? If it me, I'm leaving this as late as possible because you don't want to give anyone a run. But he has gone. And the lead looks like it's staying about the same. So he's done a good job at the start. Is anyone making moves? So far, no. If you're on the soft tyres, how long do you leave it? I'm surprised we didn't get any soft tyre runners in. And so my intel says they'll go to lap 12. They might be able to stretch them a bit further now. Now I've had that safety car. So 3 of the top 4 are soft tyre runners. Bo is on the medium. So this might play in his favour here because he's gone the long game on those tyres. Or the longer game at least in the front 2. So this race might come to him here. Don't rule out someone like Lewis either. He's played down his own chances, but he's right in the mix at the moment. And on the medium compound, as we said. Carl's got 1.4 seconds already. He's flown off. We've got Bish. He's got Mark Bowe in his mirrors. Bowe managed to keep me honest here, despite being on medium tyres, so this race might come to Bowe at the end, or before the end. DRS, of course, not active until next lap, after a safety car period. Looks like the closest bit of action we've got on the circuit is this battle involving Lewis and Super Striker. So we'll see what happens there. Lewis on medium, Striker on the softs. We have yellow flags. It's Butler out of the race. Oh damn, it's another safety car. Oh no. Now we're going to see the hard tire, so the soft tire runners start to come in. It's a second safety car in a matter of about 3 laps. So here we go then. So not much change in the order, despite just Butler being out. So he's going to drop down. There's just 10 remain now, so everyone who's here is going to pick up a point. Just need to survive. A great camera angle there, look at that. As we now come towards the last corner. So do our soft tyre runners look to come in? Kyle has not. Bish has. Striker has. We've even got some medium tyre runners here. So 4, 5 into the box so far. It's Striker, Lewis, Always Grinding, Bish and QHID all in. Bish has gone to the hard tyre, which according to my intel will make the end. Lewis does the same. In fact, everyone who's in, apart from Striker, has gone to the hard tyre. So the likes of Bish, Lewis, Always Grinding and QHID could be going to the end here. Or could be trying to last long enough to pull off a last ditch soft tyre stint. We'll see what they've got planned. So lap 7 of 25 it is. And our second safety car of the evening. So with Bish now in P6, that would be good enough for Kyle to take the lead of the championship if it stays as it is. So on just his second race here in the league, Kyle could be going all the way to the top of the championship. Super impressive couple of weeks for him. It was a masterful stint on the softs last week. I don't know how I made him last that long, but did very well to pull off the debut win. Can he follow suit tonight? We've got another car in the box by the looks of it. That is Super Calgon. I don't know why he boxed now. Surely he boxed at the start of safety car and just didn't have an opportunity to. But he's in. Is he looking at hard tyres to the end, or is he going mediums? He's gone mediums. So only Bourbon Kyle yet to box. Like I said, the soft to go 12 laps according to my data, but we've had this now a second safety car period, so they might go a bit longer than that for him now. So the boss now in P3, he's been through the box twice. We've lost Butler, J.E. and Casper. Just 10 drivers remain, so everyone who finishes will get points here. Safety car in this lap, so with everyone scoring points, it might just be survival as the name of the game. I'm going to cut on board with Bo. You see how Kyle handles the restart. Is he going to do the same again? After he dumped the throttle on the exit of turn 27. Does he pull the same move? Bo's ready to go, and he's done it. How good is the launch? It looks like Bo's done slightly better here. He's not that close enough to make a move, but it looks like he's done slightly better than what Kyle has. Bish and Red G going at each other. It looks like the Red Bull's got the best of it. Bish now has he made some illegal overtakes there? He's having let cars through by the looks of it. We've got yellow flags. Is it just a slow moving Bish? So he's dropped. Did he make that move a bit early? Did he jump the gun? So it's the boss now in P3. The question is, how long can he go on those hard tyres? Can he get to the end? The extra safety car would have helped him. We've got Striker in P4, Lewis in P5. We'll have a look at Super Calgon because I think it's the closest battle on the circuit at the moment. Red G and QHID fighting over P9 has become the closest thing now. So we'll see how this unfolds. Is there a move to be made? Not there, there isn't. Mark Bow getting close to Kyle here. How long does Kyle leave it before he's in? It looks like it could be in for another front three scrap here. The Boss catching up to Bow. Not quite close enough to give him a look at the moment. But next lap there'll be DRS, so possibly from next lap this could get a bit interesting. Striker not getting involved with this. Could we have as much as a front four scrap here? As mentioned, Kyle and Burr are still both yet to box. Everyone else has been through the pits at least once. The Boss getting close to Bow. Is he able to make the move here? He's going to look up the inside, doesn't get it done. Does this give Striker a chance? Striker's got the run. Not quite good enough though. DRS will be enabled next lap. So as they cross the line here, we expect to get the notification set it's enabled. Won't be able to use it for a little while though. Striker's got the run on Boss. There is DRS enabled. So Striker past Boss, he's in P3. So it's a four-way fight for the lead at the moment. We'll stay on this. Striker in what is currently the net lead. Looks like Burr went a bit wide there. Striker all over his tail. It's getting super close now. Slight mistake from Bow. This is give Striker a chance. He's around the outside. Not quite got the pace to get through. Or is he just playing the long game because the DRS is coming up? The DRS should be around about now. There's the detection zone. And the activation a little bit closer now. Here it comes. So Bow has DRS to Kyle. Striker has DRS to Bow. So it might be a bit of a stalemate. Possible little bit of contact there. But it's super close. Second DRS zone. They come thick and fast now towards the end of the lap. We're into the second one and the third one is on the exit of this corner. Striker getting really close to Bow now. And Bow in turn catching Kyle. Kyle's over to one side. Is he going to the box? Yes, he is. So Kyle gives up the lead for now and goes into the pit. And the front three all super close to each other. Bish goes fastest lap of the race. Let's not forget about him in P6. Our championship leader. He's shown that he's still not out of this just yet. But Striker has what I'm going to call the net lead because we know Bow has to pit. Oh, slight moment from Bow, but Striker goes wide, not able to capitalise on it. Or did he see it coming and just took evasive action? They're dropping the Boss slightly here. He's still within DRS range though, so don't count him out. Always grinding now in DRS range. Always grinding now in this fight. He's looking like he's got good pace at the moment. He has the DRS as well. He's just out of range to get the next one though. Bish passes Lewis. Striker's got Bow. Boss is catching Bow now as well. So the three-way fight is back on. Bow's back past Striker. Positions changing rapidly here. Who's going to get DRS here between Bow and Striker? He's giving it to Bow. Bow around the outside of turn 1. He's going to get the inside of turn 2. The Boss trying to follow him through. Does Boss managed to pass Striker. No, he doesn't. Red G into the pit. We've got yellow flags out here. That's Red G retired in the pit by the looks of it. Here we go. We've got Striker on the back of both. The boss has been dropped here. I don't know what's happened to the boss there. I missed that. We've got Bo and Striker still battling over the lead. How hard do you fight this as Striker? As you know he's going to give that lead to you eventually. He's got to keep himself in play. Always Grinders in DRS range as well, so can he get close to this? Striker giving it a look now in the DRS zone. Down the inside he goes, he's got him. But the second DRS zone is almost immediately after. It's going to be around about... It's now. Bo's on it. He's catching him, he's closing him down. How long does Bo leave it to pit? According to the data, the Williams would go as far as 17 laps. They've had 2 safety cars, so maybe he might be getting a bit more out of them. We're on lap 14 now. Bo down the inside. Gets the job done. QHID now over the back of Super Striker. We know QHID's tyres are far more likely to go to the end than Striker's, so does this possibly give advantage to Wes Grindon? Lewis has got the boss. Oh, he's going a bit wide there. The boss makes a mistake as well. Had to give the position up to Super Calgon. Disaster couple of laps for the boss. He's down in P7. But still some points for him. I'll say with everyone scoring now, especially with Red G now retiring, we've got 9 cars left in this race. So we've got Bo in the lead. Striker makes a slight mistake. He's got the DRS on Bo though. It's Timmy Bishop left the session. Has he been kicked from the session there? His car's still going, so he's not retired. Possible connection issues there for Bish. Super Calgon now coming through. He's going to lose pace rapidly because of the connection issues. He's going to drop into an AI. It's unfortunate for him. I don't think that's anything malicious. I think that's just possibly a connection issue. So Bo now has managed to get a bit clear of Super Striker. He's got out of the DRS range. Almost Grind is still within DRS range of Striker though, so Striker now less to defend with. Always Grind on one of our American contingent. A solid racer in his own right. He's got a couple of wins to his name in this league. What can he do tonight? Let's have a look at that. So always grinding. I've got him as 2 feature race wins. Sits in tied 7th on the all-time winners list. And 4 podiums to his name, sits 12th on the all-time list. So definitely a solid racer. As we see, that car has just picked off QHID for P8. It's a very strong lineup here tonight in terms of the top 7, top 8 here. And well, everyone, to be honest, it's just a strong lineup. Let's not discount QHID because on his day he's got something here. There's a penalty there, a couple of penalties there, so it's P3 and P4, it's Always Grinding Lewis to Beaker. I also don't discount QHID, he's on my list as a one-time podium sitter, so he has got that ability on his day. Casper in the chat saying it's Liam's to lose, Liam being super striker. It could well be. The big question mark though is, will striker's tyres, the medium tyres, go to the end? I think we're confident that Always Grinding's tyres are going to go to the end. The hards, but will the mediums? It might just be advantage Always Grinding here. As Striker picks up Bo again, Bo's tyres have got to be going off here. He's got a box at some stage, but when does he do it? Like I said, my intel said they go 17 laps, but we've had 2 safety cars, so Bo might get an extra couple of laps out of them. It all depends on whether the likes of Striker and Bo can get to the end on their tyres. It's not Bo, sorry, Bo definitely can't get to the end. I was saying Striker and Calgon, sorry, whether they can get to the end on mediums. So we're confident the likes of Always Grinding, Lewis, QHID and Bish can get to the end. The boss might be a bit close with his hard tyres, the Bernard's a little bit longer. And Kyle pitted much later, so he's definitely going to the end on mediums. It's currently Kyle with the fastest lap. Striker's starting to drop Bo a bit there. Super Calgon, they're getting close to Always Grinding. His tyres are 1 lap fresher than his teammates. Super Striker in the lead. It looks like Mark Bo's in. He's in with just 7 laps to go, so you'd expect this is going to be a soft tyre stop. And it is. So possibly a contender for fastest lap as well. Where does he emerge? That is Bish asked me for an invite. I'm going to see if I can get him in. Let's see if I can get Bish back in the game. I've just tried to send you an invite, Bish, so hopefully he can get back in the game. His car currently sitting at P9. I forgot I've been AI'd, so he's, yeah, that's the risk for his pace, or lack thereof. Bo comes out in P8 ahead of him. QHID and P7 there picking up some good points as it stands. Super Calgon now getting close to Always Grinding. Always Grinding might not have the raw pace on the hard tyres, but he's not as in doubt about going to the end as the Astons are. The Astons now 1-2. Always Grinding has that penalty as well though. So Calgon through. It's all about whether Always Grinding can keep himself in contention here. Lewis the Beaker getting close as well, so despite ruling out his own chances, he is still in this race. He's picked up a penalty, but I believe it's only 3 seconds. We will just double check that while I got it. Yeah, just 3 seconds for the pair of them. We'll keep an eye on the likes of Carl's progress as well. Up to P6, we've got Bish back in the game. It might be too little too late, but let's see what he's got. Always Grind's got DRS to Super Calgon, so that might give him enough to be able to defend from Lewis. It'd be interesting to see what the Aston's tyres are on, whether they are going to struggle to get to the end, or whether they're going to make it. Always Grinding in the Alpha Tauri, coming up to the back of Super Calgon now. Through he goes, down the inside. He's got him. Always Grinding, a 4-time podium sitter, as I mentioned. Super Calgon, a 13-time podium sitter. As Mark Bowe goes fast lap of the race. And now, in DRS range of QHID, he'll want to get this move done as quickly as possible. How does he defend? And Mark Bowe takes him there. Now if QHID can keep in range here, he might be able to get DRS and might help him out to stay in contention. Both 14 seconds down the road from Kyle. We'll go back to Kyle because he's now closing on the boss. He's in the DRS range now. Through he goes. Around the outside. It's going to give Boss the DRS now to respond with. We've got a battle going on here. Always Grinding takes P2, and Lewis now all over the back of Super Calgon. It's a 3-way-5 over P2. Super Strikers managed to get away. I wish I knew what his tyres were on. Is he going to struggle at the end? Just 4 laps to go now. I really wish I knew how much those Astons are suffering on their tyres. It might give the advantage to those hard tyre runners, to the likes of Always Grinding and Lewis. Lewis now will get a DRS in a moment. We'll come up to the detection zone now. There's the detection. The line was there. Activation is the line coming up. There it is. And that's Calgon's battery blinking as well. Lewis has 50% battery, so he's done much better on that. So he's got much more to attack with. Always Grinding has dropped Super Calgon, and he's taken half a second out of Super Striker's lead this lap. So possibly a grandstand finish here. Always Grinding's in this fight. Down the inside goes Lewis. It looks like the race is slightly coming to the hard tyre runners. Is that Super Calgon struggling on tyres? If it is, it might give Carl a chance to get close. Super Striker's got the lead back up to 3.8. It's a mistake from Always Grinding. Is that going to come back to bite him? Lewis in DRS range of Always Grinding. In a podium spot at the moment. Both of them have a 3-second penalty though, so that might just drop them down to, I think, as far as P5. So Kyle might be ahead as things stand. Bish now goes fast lap of the race. He's going to take the extra point. Going to make the best of a bad situation. Lewis making up some serious ground here. Going to take a look at it, and they're playing DRS chicken there. I think that might have gone Always Grinding's way, I'm not sure. It did not, it's gone Lewis's way. He's got DRS again. And he gets away. Kyle's got Super Calgon. Kyle now in this fight with the hard tyre runners, but he's on much fresher mediums. So with the penalties as well, I think he's already through as far as the race result, but can he get him on the circuit? So Kyle looking like a strong P2 here. So as it stands, Bish will have dropped his championship lead. Got Striker in the lead from Lewis. Always Grinding though in P3. And so as it stands, Kyle will pick up P2 due to the penalties of the cars ahead. He'll want to get it done on the circuit if he can though. On the DRS now. Always Grinding, trying to go around the outside of Lewis. He's ahead now. He's got the move done. Kyle now coming into the fight. Kyle down the inside of Always Grinding, he's got it done. Is he going for 2 for 1? He thinks better of it. So I don't think Lewis will put up much of a fight here, knowing it's got the penalty. I've been wrong before though. How close can Super Calgon get? He's been struggling on tyres by the looks of it. He might be able to just nip through here. He'll want to keep close for the same reason, due to those penalties. So Kyle is about to get DRS here. There's your detection line. And there's your activation. Yeah, nice and easy move. Lewis, not much of a fight there. Wasn't much point with the penalty. Smart move. Clever racing. Make the most of the DRS. I think it's going to try and use the DRS that Kyle gives him to pull away from Super Calgon to at least maintain his position. I'll get my words out in a second. Yeah, if he can use this DRS here from Kyle, he might be able to keep P3. I think that's what he's going for. Yep, here we go then. The boss getting close to Super Calgon here, so how much is he struggling on tyres? The boss might be struggling as well, though, to be fair, because Super Calgon's tyres should go 17 laps according to my data, and the boss should have only gone 19 by my data, but according to the safety cars, that's where they've been able to get them out longer. And Lewis has gone wide. That gives Always Grinding a chance. And he doesn't need a second invitation. Through he goes. So it's equal between Grinding and Lewis. They both have 3 seconds worth of penalty. But Super Calgon at the moment is only 2.4 down on Lewis. And Lewis is half a second down on Always Grinding at the moment. I think Calgon's going to get them both. They'll want to see if they can get ahead. The boss has passed Calgon. I'm not sure how clean that move was there. It looks like they're both off the circuit. More importantly now, because of that, the boss is 3.5 seconds down on this fight for P3. So it looks like P3 and P4 will stay the same. Striker takes your race win. Super Striker takes his 5th victory, puts him up to level 4 on the all-time list. It's his 15th podium, so he's P3 on the all-time list there as well. More importantly, I can now reveal it won't give him the lead of the championship because Kyle used his wild card. So Kyle's going to pick up 36 points tonight for his P2. So he's going to take the championship lead. Striker will go P2. Lewis P3 there. Strong result from him. He's saying he had front wing damage as well there, so that's a super strong performance with that in mind. Always grinding P4. The Boss P5. Calgon P6, Mark Bowen debut P7, QHRD P8, and Bish P9. Unfortunately for Bish, just connection issues I think. Striker would have been your championship leader tonight had it not been for Kyle's wildcard. But there's your race winner today. Let's have a look ahead to next week. So it'll be a sprint next week. And we are in Baku. So from Vegas to Italy to Saudi to now Baku. It's been a chaotic first few weeks. It's gone from chaos to more chaos by the looks of it. Hopefully everyone survives in one piece for Baku. We've gone through a race order already. We lost Red G, Butler, Official JE and Casper. We'll just go through the instance in case anyone wants to see those in the stewards room later. But there it is. Congratulations to our drivers tonight. Well done to Kyle for picking up that P2 with the wild card. So he has taken the championship lead. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you again next Monday. Thanks a lot.